Okay, we're recording again. Somehow it shut off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the wood. I need to consult with you on the wood. They use a particular kind of wood. I think it was. I don't know if it was teak or something else, but there's a way to do it so you can redo them. And if you keep them original, the value of those things, honestly,
Yes. Yes.
that just the museum value of them is probably around 40 grand. So, but
Yeah.
if you restore them properly, you'll retain that value. So if in the pinch, you can sell them and then buy yourself a, I don't know, a tractor. I don't know.
Sorry, things a mess in here. So this system is just working remarkably well. It has some problems with the full sine wave. We can't use it for digital products. But as far as anything with an analog power drain, it's not a problem. So this is a battery system here. It's 7 years we've been monitoring everything carefully, and it is thermally and electrically balanced between all the systems so that you don't get any hot spots in the system, thermally or electrically. And that seems to have done a remarkable job. So what I mean by electrically or thermally is you don't start from one end of the batteries to the other to charge the entire system. You charge it in the center of the system and work your way out. So, and then thermally, it is discharged in exactly the opposite way. So in between each of those halves is where we're drawing our power from. So current is equal from one end of the batteries to the other, and also the thermal bank is equal one end to the other. And we are now on year eight of these batteries, and there's no stopping them. They are just as good as the day they were before. And they only require roughly a tablespoon of water per year, maybe. But we never let our voltages go below, what is it, 24 volts total? Yeah, it's 24 volts total.
Yeah, that's the system. So the low point would probably be around 21. And the high point.
The low point is 21, but we never allowed to go below 24. 10 years old on a lead acid system. So a lot of these people saying it doesn't work like that. Nonsense. We did it here. So a lot of these systems that you're hearing, you got to change the batteries out every 5-6 years with lead acid. That's not true. You just have to design your system for long-term use. Once you make the investment, you don't want to have to be redoing it all the time. So that's what we're looking at here. And
Well, I looked online and they say these trace engineering units. This is a 4024. The only thing that kills them is lightning strikes and bugs getting up in them, like spiders and stuff. So you got to watch out. They'll eventually get in there. But
so what we do at least once a year, we haven't done it this spring, but at least once a year is we vacuum everything up real carefully to make sure that nothing gets in there. And I want to get some nylons and put them over the air holes too. But for some odd reason, the power converter is not giving real clean sine wave for digital systems like computers. So we want to avoid that, which is fine for what we need. It's not a big deal.
it was a clean. I think it was the cleanest at the time. But there's
Yes.
3 transformers, and they've looked them up under a spec scope. What are they called? Where you look at the sine wave.
Oh, yeah. Oscilloscope.
So I've looked at the oscilloscope that these put out with an oscilloscope, and it is a sine wave, but it's still got you would call it like saw blade edges on it.
Yes.
So it's cleaner than most of that they had at the time, but
Yes.
it's not clean enough for heavy duty computer use because we blew
Right.
out some power supplies and stuff finding
Yes.
out. So
Yeah.
so it gets run shop tools and
Oh, yeah,
refrigerators,
absolutely.
pumps, stuff like that, but
Absolutely.
nothing that has a microchip in it.
And you also have to remember, keep in context that this is a 25 or 30-year-old system, so we can only expect so much from it. We can't expect picture-perfect results all the time.
The other thing about these is they're compatible with nickel iron batteries. These trace.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's something that new systems have problems with. So that was eventually going to be the idea, but these lead acids have lasted so long. And the main load you run off them is what, basically lighting, basically, or
Basically lighting.
and then later you'll probably do pumps and stuff. And
Yes, we're going to be running. Starting this year, we're going to be running pumps full time, so we can run the entire greenhouse off of just this one system easily.
no problem. yeah.
Easily.
Wow.
So just don't listen to people